Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's episode we're finally going to be making a product that I've wanted to make for quite a while, and it's as simple as a chopping board, but with my ones I put in some quite unique features which I think will help them sell. And yeah, it's something that I've actually wanted to do for quite a while. I've always wanted to have my own little workshop and make things and just sell them and live a bit simpler. This was my next option to travel on the road and just whip out a bench and make something, but so far it seems to be going well. So yeah, let's show you what material we're working with. So it is your classic oak chopping board, live edge. I've made about 6 of these now that I've just given to friends or I've actually kept. We did used to have one in the van, but it was too big, and we actually got gifted quite a cool chopping board as well, so I'll show you that later. But I probably will make one and keep one, but I've got 6 of these to make and they will all be going up for sale when I get around to making them all. Today, this is kind of the prototype. This is actually the first one that I'm going to put all of the features into. What I'm going to do is obviously remove the rest of the bark. We don't keep the bark on these boards. This one's come off really easy, so I think I'll just get some wire wool on this and that should do it. And then once that's done, I'll probably be using the jack plane to smooth it all off, top and bottom, make sure it's all flat, and then we will be putting a magnet into the chopping board, and that is one of the unique features of my boards. Another feature that I'll be putting into this board is a juice groove, quite traditional, but I want to almost form like a little puddle area where it can also drain off. So come across one of the first problems. I say one of the first because I'm assuming there's going to be a few more little obstacles that I need to get over. So with this jig, the frame of it works so you can butt it up to something, but where I want the magnet to go is further in than what they obviously tell you to drill by. So what I'm going to have to do is make up a little bit of probably oak. Yeah, cut a little slice off of here, possibly glue it, because I'm never really going to use this to cut hinges in kitchen doors, so yeah, might as well make it permanent. Yeah, glue that on there and then I will be able to clamp it again. Hey! Enough! What are you doing? So yeah, gonna make this up now. Probably have to plane it nice and flat. Sorry, voice is going. And then we'll be back on track. So I've never actually used these before. Why is my voice going today? It was lack of sleep. I'm gonna glue this on now. What to glue it with? So whilst that's gluing up, I'm going to start chamfering all the edges with the little block plane. I think I'm going to try and do as much as I can by hand, so I don't make lots of noise out here in the beautiful nature. So yeah, I'll try and do as much as I can with hand tools, but the juice groove and stuff like that, I'll definitely need a router and a drill for drilling out the hole for the magnet. So we're currently sitting at 16mm of depth. I think we need to go a little bit deeper. Fucking hell, these are strong. There's my knife. It's not quite there. It's not quite there. With the ones I've done for in the past, like it would stay like that. This has still got too much weight on the handle. There we go. Right, little coffee break. We have obviously drilled the hole, that's all good. Now I'm going to take the rest of this bark off, because the next step is the juice groove. Now obviously going along these edges is relatively simple. I've made a little jig up, just a massive block of wood obviously, but I'll probably trim this down in future as long as I know that it all works and I don't need to make any modifications. So that will just follow along the edge, keeping the distance all the way in. I've just got to remember to stop in each corner. So I'm really happy with how the juice groove has come out at the front here. It's definitely followed the wavy edge, and it's definitely not straight. It definitely veers off a little bit as well in certain areas, but it's come out really well. Like it's kind of going with the rustic look at the front and the square neat edges at the side, so I really like it. What I'm doing now is just routering out a sort of puddle for the juice groove, and then it will have like an outlet in this corner. Hello everyone and welcome back. As you've just seen, I've been using the jack plane, and that's just to get the top and bottom surface nice and flat, and she cuts beautiful. Did a little tweaking, little setting up of the blade, and yeah, she cuts like a dream. Nice thin shavings. So my process was going from corner to corner with the planer diagonal angle, just so there's no high or low spots in the middle, and then just back and forth really. And I will now go over with the orbital sander and bringing it up to, what have I got, 120, I think this is 240, yeah, 240 grit, and then I'll go over to hand sanding it all. I'm also tried to do it with a chisel last time, but I need to make this bit deeper just so it's lower than the outlet here. So that'll probably be my first job actually, before I start hand sanding. Oi! No. So what I ended up doing was making these grooves a little bit deeper. I thought they were a little bit too shallow, and obviously made this deeper. I'm going to smooth out the transitions here when I do the final sand. And what I need to do now is make a plug for here. Now the other day I went out and got another cutter, which should hopefully give me the right size plug. With the little 300 boards, I thought that they were a bit too sort of wide, and I want to make them 300 by 200, which gives me a nice little offcut here, and I'll be able to get 3 plugs out for each 3 boards. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to rip 45mm off and make myself some little plugs. That cutter gives an absolute spot on plug. Love it when a plan comes together. Not to steal that line. And now, lots of sanding. Okay, I've been sanding for quite a while now, and there's 2 things that I think I've done wrong. Well, I know that I've done wrong. So where I have done the sort of dish in the corner, because I freehanded it, the router bit is just going too slow and it's caused these little burn marks. Now I've been ripping down little tiny bits of sandpaper trying to get in there and clean it up the best I can, but I think it's got to the point where I just can't go any further and it's just burnt it too much. So the way I'm going to solve this for when I make quite a few of these, I'll make a template which basically hooks on the corner, so it doesn't matter what size board I'm making. If I hook it on the corner, I've got this jig which I can quickly go round with the router and it won't cause these burn marks. So that's fine, that's a solution. The other problem is the magnet. Now the magnet's fine, but where I use steel wire wool to clean up the live edge, the little tiny fibres have come off and they're all collecting where the magnet is. So in future, I've got to make sure that the live edge is absolutely finished and I won't need to get the wire wool out again. And then I'll put the magnet in. But it's fine, I can get them off, it's not a problem. It's just quite funny. But this is the prototype, this is the learning curve. And I'm really happy with how this one's come out. and obviously this is number 1, so I think I'll keep hold of this one, and the rest I will sell. So the chopping board is done. I'm really happy. I'm happy with the design that I've come up with. I think it works. I think it's very functional, and this stuff just transforms the wood. It's amazing, and it's such a nice product to use.